Hey guys, in this video I will show you some simple setups with Killjoy and most important some useful post-plant lineups. And we will start right here on A side with this lineup on this spot. And this one is very simple. You just want to go right here in front of this cube, stand in front of it, then you turn around and you want to be aiming directly above this flag. Just go up until you are in the height of this thing, of the tip right here. You can be a little higher if you want, it doesn't really matter, but you just want to be in this general area so that way you are aligned with these spots. And you simply throw it. And it's gonna land perfectly in this corner, so that when you activate it, this whole area is gonna be mollied. Second way how you can do this would be from this corner. Just get into these boxes right here, and you want to be placing your alarm bot into this spot right here where these curves are, just like that, the top of it, and throw it, and it's gonna fall directly once again into that corner, so that way you can simply activate it. Second spot where you can plant is this one, and for this one you want to go to the vines right here, and you very simply just go up until you have the line which is between your alarm bot and your turret on the corner right here, so that way it is right there, and you simply throw it. And it's gonna land right there. Once again, super easy to molly it off in a post plant. And secondly, for this spot you can do it from here. Just go into the corner right here. You wanna look up, and as you can see there's this white cloud. And you just simply wanna go up, so that way with this corner and aiming at this cloud. It is quite difficult to see, but once you are in game you will see it pretty well. And then you just simply throw it, and it's gonna go over the walls and land directly on the plant. Now let's move on to B side with this plant. First of all you need to do is stand on top of these flower pots. You wanna look up, and as you can see there's this thing. You just wanna go down until you are at the height of this, so that way you're placing your cursor right here. And you just wanna simply jump and throw. And it's gonna land directly on the corner right here, so you can plant your spike anywhere in this area. If you want to be planting right here, once again you want to climb on top of these flower pots and place your cursor on this spot right here. And once again jump and throw. And you want to do both of these at the same time, so that way it is super easy to do. And as you can see it's gonna land right here directly at this corner, so that no one can be defusing. You can be also planting right here, and once again you want to go into the same spot as you did before. However, this time you are aiming right here into this corner. And once again jump and throw. And it's gonna land directly in front of the side, so that way when you activate it, no one can be defusing. And lastly there is this plant. For this one you wanna go into the slightly different area, into this corner right here. And you wanna, as you can see there's this spot, and you wanna be just aiming right here to the right side of it on this line. And once again jump and throw. That way it's gonna land right here. And as you can see it's gonna cover this whole area. If you are defending right here on A, you can be placing your turret right here on this corner, like this. So that way it will be spotting anyone who would be coming in, and you would have the info. You can combine it, for example, with one molly, which you can activate upon the contact of the turret. And you can be placing your alarm bot either in the holly right here. I would recommend placing it as far as possible, so that way if the enemies are rushing you can just simply activate this and stop the enemies. Another way would be you can be also placing your turret right here, and you want to place it on the corner, so that way as you can see it would be spotting this aim main, and you would once again have the info if there's anyone coming. That way you can also once again place your alarm bot, for example, here, or you can place it on a different spot, for example on mid, so that way no one lurks you right here. And as you can see you have quiet, you can be playing at this spot, and you can be placing your mollies right here. If you are playing on B, there are two ways where I would place my turret. One of them would be either right here, so that way it is either watching this main, or you can turn it on the other side, so that way it will be watching mid, and you would once again have the info if there's anyone coming there, which I would say is a little better, since as you can see the range on it is insane, and you can be on this whole side, and the turret gives you a lot of space to work with, so that way you can be even lurking and this will be still active. And I would recommend placing your alarm bot right here, and very simply combining it with your mollies, so that way the enemies, when the enemies push, usually they would be running into the side and trying to expand to the left, not really to the right. So that way you activate this one. So that way when you activate both of these, as you can see, this whole area is blocked off and it would be very difficult for them to go in, and you can be just very simply holding angle like this and the enemies would come running towards you. Another way would be, for example, to have your turret right here very simply on this corner like this, so that way anyone who enters would have to break it and they have to turn there. And once again, you can be playing with, for example, a crossfire with your turret, so that way you can peek off of it if it starts getting broken. And once again, it would be very helpful to have at least one Molotov right here, so that way when this goes off, you just simply activate it and you can peek with it. So that way anyone who would be shooting, and when you activate it, they would be running back. Or another way, you can even be saving, for example, your mollies for the plant like this, and just simply letting the enemies go into the side. You can be just playing here when you, for example, you can be holding close corners like these, so that way you have your alarm burst, for example, right here, so that the enemies are at least vulnerable when they come to you, and you can be fighting with them. And if they try to plant, you just simply get them off, and you can win a lot of time for your team, and once again they have to fall back. If you are attacking and you want to be using your ultimate, I would say one of the best spots would be probably at this spot, so that way it covers the most area right here, and the only spot where enemies can hide would be right here in the back, but you can see at these spots from A main, and they would have to fall back into any of these spots on spawn. When attacking on A, I would say one of the best spots would be this one, very simple like this, so that way the ultimate goes all the way at spawn and covers all of these spots, but there's plenty of spots that you should be worrying for, so the enemies would usually try to fight it, so have that in mind and try to hold it secured so that way no one breaks it. However, for retakes, for example here on A, I would say one of the best rules would be right here. The only spot where the enemies can go would be in this corner right here, but there's a lot of spots and they would have to try to push it to break it, or otherwise they would have to fall really far back. And right here on B, either one of these spots, you can either place it right here or anywhere closer to this spot, so that way it would get more of a side, but it is more vulnerable and easier to break, since as you can see, only spot that would be left for the enemies to be right here, otherwise they cannot be anywhere close, so you would have to fight for this ult. So have that in mind. Usually enemies would try to break this, but if it doesn't, their only spot where they can be is in this spot in B main. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope this video is gonna be helpful for you. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and see you guys soon. Bye!